Hi, I'm Neil from Varsity Bike, and as you can see, winter is here, so we're going to talk about studded tires. We're going to give you some advice on how to choose a studded tire, show you some of our favorite studded tires, and finally, show you a demo of Rob riding around in some fresh snow on a couple of studded tires. There's basically three factors that go into choosing a studded tire: size, stud material, and the number of studs. The size is mostly determined by the amount of clearance that you have. On a single speed bike, a track bike, or a road bike, a lot of times all that you'll be able to run is a narrower tire like a 700 by 32 or 700 by 35. Beyond that, it's a trade-off between stability and speed. A wider tire will be more stable, a narrower tire will be a little bit faster due to stud material. There are two materials that most studs are made out of: steel and carbide. Steel is less expensive. It's a great option if you don't ride your bike every day and you don't necessarily need the extra durability of a carbide tip stud. Carbide is more durable, but it's also a bit more expensive. So carbide is a great option if you find yourself riding on a lot of dry pavement, as the harder material tends to wear better on pavement. Finally, the number of studs. A tire with more studs will give you better grip on ice, snow, unplowed trails. A tire with fewer studs will roll a little bit smoother on dry pavement. So it's a trade-off between performance on ice and performance on pavement. I'm here to talk about a selection of our favorite studded tires. Up first, we have the 45 North Polara.
The Polara is a 700 by 35 tire with 110 steel studs. It's a great option if you want a little bit narrower tire that's not quite as expensive as the Nokian.
Up next, we have the Continental Top Contact Winter. Continental Top Contact Winter isn't actually a studded tire, but it was developed by Continental using their experience making snow tires for cars. It uses a very grippy compound that is tackier than most other winter tires, and it has siping cut into the blocks of the tread on the tire that act like small studs on their own. So the blocks of the tread will actually grip the snow and ice better than a traditional winter tire would. It is a great option if you don't necessarily find yourself riding on ice so much as wet snow, slush. Up next, we have the Innova 26 by 1.75 studded tire. The Innova is our narrowest 26-inch tire, so it's a great option if you have a mountain bike that you're using for winter commuting, but you don't necessarily want something really wide. It has 104 steel studs, and it's great if you want something that's a little bit smoother and faster than a wider tire would be. Up next, we have the Kenda Klondike. The Kenda Klondike is a 26 by 2.1 studded tire. It has 252 carbide tip studs. It's a great tire if you have a mountain bike and you plan on riding a lot of unplowed trails, over a lot of glare ice or icy rutted out sections of streets. Up next is the Nokian Hakkapeliitta A10. This is far and away our most popular studded tire. It's a great tire, but perhaps more importantly, it allows you to run a studded tire on bikes that don't necessarily have a lot of clearance. So track bikes, single speed bikes, road bikes, this is a great option. It has 72 carbide tip studs, so it'll be a great durable tire, and it'll roll a little bit smoother than some of the 700C tires with more studs. Finally, we have the Schwalbe Marathon Winter. The Schwalbe is one of our favorite tires here at the shop. It's 700 by 40 width tire with 240 carbide studs. It's a great option if you have a 29er or a winter commuter with enough clearance for a wider tire. Schwalbe makes really great city tires, and they've carried this experience over into making the Marathon Winter. For more information on studded tires, or to see our full selection of studded tires and prices, visit the studded tire page on varsitybike.com.